Today I want to show you how to make these beautiful red roses. Really easy to make, and I'll show you how to make them. So I've taken a ball of red fondant. I've just kneaded it to make it soft. I'm going to roll it into a round ball and then just point it at one end to make a bulb which looks like this. I'm then going to take a bit of glue on my cocktail stick, poke that in and allow this to dry. Okay, so I've rolled out my red fondant. This is now dried, and in order to do the petals I need a circle cutter, so I'm using a normal circle cutter to find out the size that I need. So if I do that, I don't know if you can see, that's the rough size that I need. Okay, so I'll pop that back in there, and I want to cut out 2 circles for the inside. So there's 1 and 2, and these I'm going to wrap around, and then I've got another 3 that I need to cut out for the next layer. I want to take my ball tool and just smooth out the edges of half of the circle. So there you go, just go backwards and forwards. These are my thinned out leaves. What I want to do is take some glue, and I'm going to put a bit of glue. I'm going to use a flatter one first. Okay. And all I'm going to do is wrap that around here. Okay. You want it just above the little pointy bit, and just wrap it round, and then same for the other side. So again, a bit of glue on the opposite side and wrap it round so that it looks like so. Don't worry about all that because it will get covered. Okay. I then use the next petal cutter. So this is a ruffled bit, I don't want to use that, I use a flat bit. And again, you just do a little V and a cross, that's all you need. A V and a cross of glue. So starting over here, all you're doing is placing one on, just squeeze the side, leave that little ruffle out, another one, just do a V, place that right next to it, leaving a bit of a gap. So we're going to have 3 petals on here, 1, 2, and then the last one be where you can see that gap between the 2, that goes just there. Okay, you can see underneath that it's poking out a little bit, so I'm actually going to increase my circle size to the next size up. So this was the smaller one I'm using, I'm now going to use this bigger one just to kind of get to that area there so you don't get no funny showings. Okay, so that's how your flower looks. You can play around with it, you can open it up in different places, make it look as full or make it look a bit more closed while you put another section on. I have some more petals, and I have my rosebuds. I'm just going to stick some more on. I'm going to do my V again, and I'm just going to put them on a few because then it's easier to stick on. So I've done about 4, 5, and what I'm going to do is, can you see the gap between one rose petal and another 2 rose petals? You want to place it in between that gap. So it's going to go here. Okay. And then stick the sides down and open it up. And then we're going to do the same again for the next one. So we're going to place it on its side next to it, place it down and open it up, and again next one on its side. And you can make this rose as big as you want. You can stop here if you wanted to stop. You can make the petals closer. You can make them further away. It's entirely up to you. Nothing is kind of correct. However you do it will still end up as a rose. You can do a ruffled rose. There you go. So that's mine. You can bend these back a bit more on the sides. You know how roses are. So that's my one. Again, I'm going to leave that to dry before I put another layer. It's starting to look like this at the bottom. So again, the circle cutter needs to be increased in size to cover that all up. Okay, so I've done the first layer, which has got 2 petals, the next layer which has got 3, the next layer that has 5. I'm just going to do one more layer to finish off the rose. So I'm going to cut out about 7 circles and then thin them out, and then we'll just start again with the last process. I've got my 7 petals here, and what I've done is I've actually rolled back 2 sides, because it makes it look a little bit more realistic. So it looks like this. Oops. There you go. And then the bits that are folded back are going to be the outside of the flower. So I just want to let that dry for a little while, 5–10 minutes, just so it kind of holds its shape. And then we'll stick those on. So this is my dried rose, which was drying for about an hour, maybe 2. And it's easier to stick on these new petals now. These petals have been drying for about 10 minutes. What I'm going to do is the bit that's folded back, I'm just going to flip them over, pop in my V, and pick it up. And then attach these to the flower. So I'm going to look for the center between the 2 petals. So there's one there and one there. This one's going to go in the center right here. So it's going to go lower down because I've used a bigger bigger circle cutter. What I want to do is just stick the sides. I've left a little bit of a gap because I like an opening. It makes it look a little bit more fuller and a bigger flower. And you just literally pinch the 2 sides to get that effect. Again, turn over another one. Pop in the V. Don't need loads and loads of glue to do this. It's just small amounts. Pinch and then leave. It can get fiddly. The more glue you put, as I've done, it's just going to fall off. I actually only needed 5 petals in the end. That's how it looks. I need to dry it upside down because otherwise they're all just going to fall flat. So with these roses you can add shimmer to them, you can add a little bit of colour onto them as well, paint them. Luster dust go very well with this. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it helpful. This is the finished rose. I've got quite a few, so I don't actually know which one was the one that I was using. Just ensure that you kind of dry it upside down. By allowing it to dry upside down, you get a nice finish on a rose. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel. Send me a message if you'd like to see me make anything else and do a tutorial on it. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.